I'm live. Okay, so this is a live test. Yes, it's been a while since I've been on the channel. So we are going to go and try and do some live stuff. This may or may not work. We're going to find out. So this is my first time using OBS to even try do anything like this. Okay, so we are going to try it and just see how it works out. So two screens set up. I've got one over here which has kind of got the OBS set up on it and the chat, which I'm going to try and view. I don't think anybody's going to be on this late at night. Anyway, it's like 2:15 in the morning my time. But I'm going to do a little tutorial anyway. I'm going to see how it works out. I know there's a bit of latency. I can see my hand waving in front of my face from a couple of seconds ago in the preview window. So let me jump on to our main scene, and hopefully I remember to actually go and look at this and make sure I'm on the right thing every when I'm doing this. I did a practice earlier and I was completely just my face blocking the whole screen. Anyway, so let us begin here. So we're in lockdown here at the moment with coronavirus, so that means you kind of have to do stuff for yourself. So I made some bread. Now you can buy bread in the shop, there's no problem with that. So like I wanted to make it anyway. So this is a recipe from Tony Dinsdale, who was a chef in Cuba, where I used to work. Now he says I think it was a Myrtle Allen recipe or something like that. But anyway, let us go on with this. And yeah, it's this is the half version of it, so it's like 8 ounces of self-raising flour, 8 ounces of wholemeal flour, a teaspoon of baking powder, and a teaspoon of salt, and 400 milliliters of buttermilk. Alright, so you basically sieve the stuff you can sieve, drop in the wholemeal flour, create a well, and then put the buttermilk in the middle, all the buttermilk, and then mix it all up, and then stick it in an oven at 180 for 45 minutes or so. I did it for 45 minutes, and then I threw a bit of water in the bottom of it for another 5 minutes at 200, which kind of gives a bit more of a crust. At least it does on bloomers, and they seem to work on this. Right, so now that you've had a baking lesson as well, yeah, yeah, you're doing the same. Yeah, brown bread recipe. Yeah, so this is, like I say, this is just a test. We shall see what happens here. Yeah, middle of the afternoon there. Yeah, you're going to be on lockdown there as well. It's not going to be good, but we need to do it to flatten the curve, as they say. Right, so the first thing I do is I use my thumbnail slider here, or the plus and minus, to get this to show 6 across. Right, there's another issue here which I'm going to fix before we go any further. Look, I know it's been 6 months now. Yep, it's the 6-month anniversary last Sunday. So I'm going to select all here because of the fact that Woodlawn, San Francisco via Woodlawn. Wow. Yeah, Woodlawn's a bit locked down now as well, I'd say. Are the trains even going through? So I need to rename. So the shortcut for that is F2. Okay, and I'm just going to put this in. I'm going to set my normal setting, which is the date, custom, and then the serial number. Now it's not going to do the original serial number, so what I might do is change this slightly, edit, and I'm going to just get rid of the suffix here because I messed up the original file names so that they're gone. So I'm just going to grab a 4-digit sequence instead, and I'm just going to stick in bread. Right, for anybody who's interested in that kind of thing, what I did with the lighting here is this is an AD 600 BM from Godox with an Electron Silver Deep 105 and a diffuser in the back, and then either white card or silver foil in the front. So now that they're renamed, let us start off. So like I say, I get 6 across, select the first one, shift click the last one, and then I press the N key for survey view. Okay, which is down here as well, survey view. This brings up 6. The handy thing about bringing up 6 is that you're able to do comparisons really quickly. Instead of cycling through images and picking out saying, oh, was that one better than the one before that, or was 3 further back? No, you've got 6 images. You can go straight away and you can see what you kind of like. Now, I built this up, so it was a light test. Then I dropped it because it was overexposed there, and then I knew we needed to bring in a card here and stuff like that. So we can see here that by this stage here, that's kind of okay. And I got the flour in. This one's not bad either. So I've selected 2. Now you can select as many or as few as you like. Hey Richard, welcome. And so what we're going to do is we're going to move on to the next set by pressing the G for grid key. And then we are going to come along here and click the first one and then shift click the end of that row. Again, because of the 6, press the N key. It doesn't matter that we're changing the looks and stuff like that as we go. We're still just able to make comparisons. The other thing is we also know what we've seen. And the great thing about this is that you can see everything in the entire set as we go. So this one here is pretty good. And that one there is probably a bit bright, but I'm going to include it anyway. It doesn't matter because we're going to move on later. In here, this is a bit tight. I'm going to select this one here because I just like the fact that there's a little bit more bread in it. And now I'm going to do the same again. G, click the first one of the next row and shift click the last one. It'll get really obvious, but we'll fly through it because there's only 47 images in total here anyway. So again, I can see here that we've got this big gap of white and your eye goes to the brightness. So I wanted to hide that. So what I did is I brought my little wheat in, which I got from Seamus Florist here in Galway, which are wholesale supplies, but sometimes they let you buy stuff as well. I bought a load of stuff for making flower crowns for shoots. So a little few issues here. I can see I've got my card creeping in here. Same here. It could be cropped if I need. So I'm going to select that anyway. And I'm going to grab that one there as well. There may be better further on. Right, so N, and so we're looking here. Yeah, that's way too much card there. I think by this stage we've kind of got it. And this one here is the one I know I already selected because it was cropped, because I've already posted these to Facebook earlier. So I'm going to select that as a 1, and then G for grid again. I think you're getting the hint on this now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just fly through these ones here really quickly without explaining what I'm doing, because it should be pretty obvious. Going to go for that because it's a slightly different angle. That one's pretty good. Any questions, fire away. Doesn't have to be about this. And there we go. So looking here, that's too dark. Getting a little bit more brightness here. This one's not bad. The angle's okay. I like showing more of that knife there. And of course, this is kind of the speed I would actually work at. Is I would actually go really quickly through it. Include that one there. Too much of my foil showing in there. I could crop, but let's go for the one where I've corrected it already. And then we should have a few more at the end. Should be obvious from the crop. That's the one I've already selected, but let's say we're going for this one. We won't use that because of what's going on here. This was not too bad. There's a tiny bit in there, and that's not bad. So now we have made our selections here. We're going to hide the stuff that we don't want to see anymore. So we're just going to show our 1 stars. Now if the filter bar is closed down, which it regularly is at the start, you just click on that button to open it. I'm going to go for 1 star or greater. That'll hide everything that's not 1 star. So we can see we've gone down. Well, sometimes it doesn't go the first time for some reason. So we go down to 17 images. So we can now go back through again and do exactly the same. But what I'm going to do here is, because there's less in different sets, I'm actually going to want to select less. So I'm going to see that's going to be my 2 star image, for example, there. And this is just the bread on its own here. And I know I'm kind of cheating here because I've already selected these ones before in the past, because I can see from the edit. And this, with the knife. Now it's pure coincidence that it's the end one in this case, because I actually did like some of these intermediate ones are actually fine. In fact, that one there might even be slightly better. But I was thinking of doing it really quickly earlier just to get stuff up online. And I might put some of these stuff up on Adobe Stock even. And 2. So now that we've done that, what we can do is come in here and then just filter by 2 images and select all. And so we can see that we have our final images ready to do our edits and get ready for posting, for whatever, posting to clients and stuff like that. So that is the method that I use for making selections. Let me just jump here. And so I actually do that even in studio. So let's say I had a headshot client in, and when we're shooting, I would shoot tethered. So that means I use a cable and connect directly. I use the Fuji Pro plugin. I'm actually using the Fuji camera here as a webcam. So that allows me to bring it up. And sometimes you can have a bit of banter as well. So it means that you can have the client, and where there's blinks or they're pulling funny faces, stuff like that, you can say, yeah, that's the keeper, that's the one. And it helps kind of break the ice a little bit as well. So we know that there's always a level where you're going to get better. So that is my approach to making selections in Lightroom. So I'm going to try and do a couple of lives and stuff like that. You know, we're stuck inside, so I'm just going to try. The beauty, of course, about doing lives is that there's no editing. You know, you just have to make the mess. You know, that's it. And hopefully everything works out okay. Cheers for popping in and watching, folks. And yeah, I'm going to put this on the channel and see what reaction it gets. We'll see. It's only a test. So, you know, if the stuff has broken and stuff is messed up, we're going to find out. All right. Okay. Thanks for watching.